Hi everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me today. It is August 15th, 2024. At 9:39 a.m. there in Southern California by Lake Elsinore, there was a magnitude 4.12 earthquake. USGS, of course, downgraded it, revised it to a magnitude 3.9. But here you can see at the bottom of this image where it says MD, it's a 4.12. And they are reporting 4 earthquakes, but there's been some smaller ones. You can see we got one here that's not being reported and another one, etc. I reported some earthquakes that occurred yesterday by the Salton Sea, and I showed you guys, if you watched it, how the moment tensor ball showed that the energy from the earthquake was being transferred west. I did not expect it to be transferred this far towards the west. Here we got the Elsinore fault zone, and these are the earthquakes that USGS is reporting. Let me bring this out. Yesterday I talked about these spreading centers where it's being pulled apart basin along the San Jacinto fault zone. You might want to go back and look at that. But that earthquake, I believe, what was it? Was a 3.4, and I talked about all these earthquakes that have been occurring. These are all branches from the San Jacinto fault zone, and I showed how the moment tensor ball was showing that the tension would be going towards the west. I did not expect it to go that far west. 3,733 people said they felt that earthquake. USGS gave it an intensity level of 4, which means it was felt indoors by many people, outdoors by a few. At night, some may have been woken up. Dishes, windows, doors were rattling. Automobiles rocked noticeably. I believe that a lot more than 3,700 plus felt that earthquake, but kind of like voting. You may complain about things, but never vote. So, yeah, they felt it, but never sent in their reports to USGS. A shake alert was also sent out. Yeah, did you get the shake alert on your mobile app? Here we got Palmdale. Yeah, look how far that is from the epicenter. Intensity level 4, 115 kilometers. So that would be about 71 and a half miles all the way down to the border. 71 and a half miles also. Looks like the farthest south, there's the Salton Sea where I did my report. I'm not sure where this is at. Somewhere out there, it says Palm Desert, I believe. And let's see, we got Lake Elsinore, intensity level 4, 4. Let's see, another one 4. Do we have anything farther out? Let's see, I guess this would be Lancaster, 137 kilometers, intensity level 3, which means, a light vibration. So that would be about 85 miles, a little bit farther. All fairly shallow. We got 5.7 miles in depth for the 1.9. Another 1.9, they're saying, 5.2 miles in depth. And the next one, a 3.0. 5.2 miles in depth. Same with the 4.1, but they're saying it's a 3.9. The European Seismological Society, they're saying it's a magnitude 4.0. Here is some of the reports sent in here at Lake Elsinore. Thank you for those of you that do send in reports to EMSC. Yeah, it's the only way we really know what people experience, because USGS doesn't post this. They said here, no damage, but things rattled together. Windows shook, started as a little shake and then a jolt. Another one, loud rumble, and a second of quake. Corona, it was a quick, strong jolt, bam, but it was just about to knock me over, north to south feeling. Lake Elsinore, fault Pew. Even at 4, it was scary. San Juan Capistrano, I'm all tongue-tied right now, yet you have to excuse me. It was extremely loud and shook everything violently for 1 to 3 seconds. Another one said it was a big shake. I don't know why they posted this. They didn't feel it actually. I caught the drift of water in a dish. Out of the corner of my eye, the water was moving along with the bottom of a dress next to it. So they didn't feel it, but they seen things. Loud and strong jolt, little rumbling, then a big crashing feeling. Another report said it was stronger than the last one a few days ago that was centered closer to Los Angeles. I also reported that earthquake. Small jolt, then a larger jolt felt. At first it sounded like a loud motorcycle coming down the street. What you hear before the shaking is the first wave of the earthquake. I've talked about this before. That would be the P wave. The P wave goes directly through the earth, where the other wave, when you start feeling the rumble, is the S wave. They call it the surface wave. So they heard it like a loud motorcycle, then followed with a violent rumble, and shaking lasted about 5 seconds. Another one said they heard a thud noise first, then the windows and mirrors on the wall shook. Sounds like the fault zone fractured. Another one says they were upstairs. Our wardrobe rolling mirror doors shook, rattled for about 3 to 5 seconds. The sound of the mirror quake alerted me. I felt nothing. Another one, a low rumble. Riverside, lying in bed in Woodcrest. Jack Russell, their dog, started growling as strong rumble waved through the house. Another one said it lasted a while, but they don't say how long. Another one said it lasted 10 seconds was the rumble. Let's see. Different mirrors shaking. Another one there. Sharp blast like quake. My dog literally jumped. More of a rocker than a shaker. 3 seconds of a rolling jolt, they said there. Now in Lake Forest, they had 2 sharp jolts that they felt there. Laguna Hills, they felt their house shaking. So here's the moment tensor ball for that earthquake. Looks like the fault moved going west, dipped down a little bit. First wave of the earthquake came from the north. Tension, this is interesting. Tension is going to be applied going east. So that would be the Elsinore fault. The 1.9 shows tension also going towards the east. The other 1.9 shows that the first wave basically came straight up. And again, tension is going to be applied going towards the east. Now for the 3.0, yeah, they're showing that the tension is going to be applied going southeast. You can see too here how the fault line moved going towards the west, and it actually really dipped down quite a ways. What you see here in the color is a spectrogram, and then I'll go to the earthquake seismic wave. This right here, that is the first wave of the earthquake. That's the P wave, and then the second one, that's the S wave. So we'll take a peek at this one that they're not reporting. I'll have to make that bigger. Those of you that follow me for a while will know that sometimes my monitor goes small. So this second one, this is shallow, that they're not reporting. Let's see how large that was. That comes in as a magnitude 1.79. I don't know why they didn't report it. So let's go to the next one that they're saying is a magnitude 3.0 at 16:59 Universal Time. I get a magnitude 3.0, so they didn't fudge about that one. You can see it there at the bottom. MD 3.08 actually. I don't know who's reading their charts or what, but this actually comes in as a 3.10. And you can see we got 16:59. Let me show you something. Let me pull it over a little bit so you can see. Yeah, 16:58, 16:59. So we got 1656, a magnitude 1.9. And then there's another one at 1720. They're saying that's a 1.9. That is not a 1.9. That is a magnitude 3.10. And then we got some other little stuff. But this is the last one that shows up here at 1915 Universal. So that would be at 12:15 in the afternoon p.m. local time. 1915 Universal. They got 1720. They don't show the 1915 earthquake. I don't know. Boy, I thought I needed glasses. So let's see how big this is. 2.18. And I don't know what, I mean, let me show you something. I downloaded 2 different monitors to make sure. And these are both that earthquake from 2 different monitors. Alright, let me close this out. Yeah, we got, the ground got really disturbed over here. Let me close that out. And you can see all these earthquakes actually line up. Let me go to this one. We got an interesting signature right there. Okay, and I'll pull it down and we'll go right to the, yeah, I don't know what the heck happened there. And there's the other earthquake. Oops, let me go back to it. Yeah, 1915. They're not reporting it, but yet they're reporting some goofy stuff. Yeah, really, oops, I'm trying to move this over. Some really goofy stuff. Let's go to the spectrogram. Yeah. And we'll go to this other one. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me pull it over. Where am I at on there? Because that's heated water. That's often heated water or gases. This is a monitor there at Marietta. Yeah, interesting. Do you have hot springs over there? Yeah, look at that. You know, I do so many reports about volcanoes and stuff, so I definitely recognize that. Look at that. Yeah, there is. I did not know that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Have you guys, any of you been to that hot springs over there? There is no volcanoes in that location, but there has to be a heat source down below to be creating the hot springs there, and more than likely, yeah, that water's coming up from deep, from the mantle, from this fault zone, Elsinore fault zone. Yeah, that's interesting. You see, when I'm doing these earthquake reports and stuff like that, I learn all kinds of stuff. But anyways, that's where the monitor is. Yeah, yeah. So let's go up over here and look at that. Yeah. As you know, any earthquake has a 10% chance of being a foreshock for something much larger. We got one right there, which is at 10:28 Universal. So that would have been at 3:28 a.m. local time. Yeah, before this large earthquake occurred. Let's see how big that is. They're saying there was a 1.4, or excuse me, 1.5 at 10:48. You can see that Universal time by Trabuco. Okay, that's probably it. Yeah. Okay. But I get a magnitude 2.01. Let me bring it down so you can read it at the bottom if you got larger screens. If you're on your phone or a small laptop, you probably can't see it, but it's a 2.01. Not a magnitude 1.5. Boy, you know, I've been asked in the past, why did they downgrade the earthquakes? Well, I did a report about Las Vegas yesterday. And in that report, which I couldn't really find anything about the one location I was looking for, but the geologist did say that earthquakes have increased this last year. more earthquakes so far this year than any other period over the last 10 years. Yeah, so they don't want people to panic, to know that we have major earth changes going on. As our Earth's magnetic field becomes weaker and weaker, you're going to see more and more earthquakes. Yeah, and this is another example. 2.01, not a magnitude 1.5. Yeah, we got, this other stuff. Oops, was not going to show me. I'm offline. Oh, the data didn't download. Okay. That happens sometimes too. Huh. Okay. Yeah. So let's go. This is that large one. And there's that line of, I often called it line of melt, but that's line of heated water and gases for that location. I thought that was so interesting. I did not know that. So did you have damage from any of these earthquakes? I'm sure you felt a lot of the smaller ones. Please put those comments down below. I really appreciate you guys watching me. I want to shout out to some of the new subscribers. I was talking to my internet provider, making sure that they had the change of address and all that stuff. Yeah, and he looked me up and said he was going to subscribe. He was such a nice man. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, thank you, and always be prepared for some sort of disaster. You just don't know. Like I said, any earthquake has a 10% chance of being a foreshock from something much larger, and as you know, Southern California can have some really big damaging earthquakes. They've had them multiple times in the past. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.